Hey everyone, it's Monique here on conscious creation, inspired action, and intuition. I made another video about this, but I don't know what I said exactly, and it's really important to understand it, so I'll make another video about it. Intuition comes from something that is way bigger than the personality. It comes from the soul, the higher self, your God self, and it is a very distinct feeling. It's a hunch that you cannot not listen to. And once you have heard that voice, that feeling, for everyone it's a bit different because everyone is a unique expression of all that is. So for you, it might be a bit different than it is for me. But you know, when you hear it, that you better listen. So then you have inspired action. Inspired action is based on the personality you are being right now. Inspired action and alignment depend on who you are being. What is aligned for a version of you may not be aligned for the other version of you. For instance, what might be aligned for the single version of you is not aligned for the married version of you. And these are pretty extreme examples, single and married. But you have so many different versions that you are being. Usually there are a couple of states that you revert back to that are kind of your old suit, your old man, so to say, Neville Goddard terminology. And so you kind of, if you are an aware person, you can figure out who you are being and how you are being, and you can intercept that and also take a distance from it when you notice that you are coming from the version of you that you're actually looking to leave behind. So when you feel urgency, you already know that is not the higher self. The higher self does not do urgency unless you're in a dangerous situation, which I've had happen once in my life a long time ago. Everything was on high alert, and it was so magical how I got myself out of the situation. There was urgency then, but usually, hopefully, you're not in some kind of situation that is life-threatening, and so you won't feel a sense of urgency. Urgency is always ego speaking, and ego is personality. So it's not about getting rid of the ego, what some people think, right? I remember years ago there was this thing in yoga. I wasn't practicing yoga at the time, but a good friend of mine was practicing a lot of yoga. And she would always speak about ego death. And it annoyed the shit out of me because I thought the ego is not bad. The negative ego is what you don't want to listen to. But you need the ego. The ego is the thing that perches you in physical reality. It's what you need. It's your personality, your persona. Without a persona, you're not a being. So, in any case, how did we get here? Oh, yeah. So, you know the difference between ego and higher self. Usually, because ego is kind of like, I want it now, and I want it like this. And it's not very patient, so to say. And it's very pushy and adamant and all that jazz. Inspired action, another thing. So I've often have gotten the question, so if I want to do this and that, is that then inspired action? And my answer is always, when you have to ask that question, it's not inspired action. Because inspired action is you cannot not do it. And so the caveat is, who cannot not do it? Who are you being? So it goes a bit deeper, right? Than just following inspired action. We're here in physical reality because, well, if you're listening to me speaking about this stuff, to discover who we truly are, our creative power, and how we create an even more epic life experience for ourselves. And so, it is really important that you know who is talking, who is wanting to do this inspired action. Is it the version of me that I'm actually looking to inhabit as a normalized state? Or is it a version of me that I'm actually looking forward to leave behind? Awareness, 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 as Anthony de Mello used to say. He's a hilarious spiritual teacher. Anthony de Mello. Look him up on YouTube. This is it for now. Ask me anything. Details are in the description. Also, if you want to work with me, if you want guidance on your conscious creation journey, it doesn't matter the topic, because everything works the same way across the board. A fit mind creates a beautiful body and epic life. I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Peace.